about some aspects of intellectual property and its impact on the way that companies develop, sell and protect their products. First, we start with some definitions. Intellectual property refers to the creations or inventions made by human beings, such as new inventions of equipment, artwork, clothing, designs, and so on. Intellectual property rights refers to the rights granted to the person who is the creator of an object, resource, or invention, in such a way that he is recognized as its rightful owner. They give the creators an exclusive right over the use of their creation for a certain period of time. There are two categories of intellectual property. Copyright relates to creations such as books, lyrics, artwork, music, pictures, films, graphic designs, and even architectural work. Software is also protected by copyright, but its protection is different in Europe, where only the code is protected, and the US, where non-literal elements such as structure, sequence, and organization are also protected. The second category is industrial property. This relates to processes, industrial designs, patents, trademarks, etc. But why is intellectual property protected? What are the advantages that an author gets? Well, first, monetary incentives. The creator of the intellectual property and his descendants are given exclusive rights to use it during a number of years and are entitled to charge a fee for its use by others. Exclusive rights. The owners of intellectual property can reclaim legally the exclusive use of a creation, such as brands, logos, patents, so they are protected against unauthorized use of them. This advantage tries to give incentives to the investment of resources in the creation of intellectual property by individuals and corporations, fostering economic growth and progress of humanity, such as the creation of knowledge can be sometimes very resource intensive, and without a proper protective framework to exploit later the benefits created, the companies or individuals could dedicate the resources to more profitable activities. Now we're going to define the types of intellectual property. Copyright protection attaches to any original work from the moment of its inception. It grants the author the right to exclude use by others without needing to do anything. Most copyright regulations allow the user of digital media to make copies for personal use, and only for that. A trademark is a sign or unique symbol capable of distinguishing products or services offered by a company from those of other companies. By using a recognized trademark, a company can identify itself in the business world and be associated with certain levels of quality and design. An industrial design defines all the aspects and functions of a manufactured product. It may consist of three-dimensional features, such as the shape or surface of an article, or of two-dimensional features, such as patterns, line, or color. To protect the industrial design, the owner must register the product. Patent is a set of exclusive rights granted by a sovereign state to an inventor for a limited period of time in exchange for detailed public disclosure of an invention. An invention is a solution to a specific technological problem, such as a product or a process. Once patented, the work of the owner cannot be manufactured, used, or sold without the owner's express permission. A trade secret can be anything from the design of a machine or equipment, chemical formula, to a new process, whose details give a competitive advantage for commercial purposes and economic gains, and whose details are kept secret from the public. It is not protected by law, but the owner may use private contracts to try to protect it, as for example non-disclosure clause agreements between companies or companies and employees. Protecting intellectual property is essential to technological and industrial innovation, and it is fundamental for sustained economic growth, as the decrease of revenues experimented by the companies holding the rights can lead to less efforts in the area of R&D, and even to the bankruptcy of these companies. Counterfeiting of goods, that is, making fake replicas of them and selling them in substitution, is a practice that has existed for centuries, and that, in the physical world, affects mainly luxury goods and well-established brands. But in the digital world, where millions of perfect copies can be made at very low cost, piracy, that is, the use of copies of a copyrighted work without permission, has become a huge problem for a whole economic sectors such as software development, music and film industries. While counterfeiting may affect the business and the consumer, as the replicated product can be of very low quality, piracy is not a problem for the consumer, as he gets a perfect copy of the software, the music or the film. This is much more harmful to the company that holds the rights, as consumers are getting perfect copies of the product for free or for a much lower price that is paid to a third. That is why alliances such as Business Software Alliance, BSA, or Recording Industry Association of America are filing lawsuits in the US against companies and individuals to try to stop file sharing and other copyright infringement activities. Given the global reach of the internet, it is very difficult to enforce intellectual property rights. The laws of copyright protect any intellectual creation by default and require that anyone that wants